Ciao a tutti da Palmen di Motorradsport. Dopo l'intervista col pilota del mondiale Moto3 David Salvador, abbiamo di nuovo un ospite internazionale, Lena Kemmer. Hello.
Hi,
So, how are you? All good?
I'm fine, yeah. Thanks.
Are you back in Austria after all the testing that you had?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So,
Okay, good. Yeah. Could you please remind a little bit what you're doing this year?
I will start in the FIM Women's European Championship this year. It's my first year in this championship, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's your first year in this championship, whose history started in 2020 as Women's European Cup, and then it continued until last year with this name. Then just become championship. For the new season, and you will be one of the rookies on track this year, and you'll be on a KTM. You were also testing in the past weeks, and can you tell us a bit more also about it and how it was and how you feel at the moment with the bike?
Yeah, we were testing in Portimao, in Jerez, and Valencia, and it went pretty good. I got a good feeling for the bike. It was very important for us, and to collect some data of the suspension and everything, because we never rode that bike and just something new for us. But we are getting used to it, and I'm getting used to the bike, so get a good feeling for the front wheel, and I think we did some good work.
That's good. It sounds very promising. And have you planned any further test sessions also before the start of the championship?
Yeah, maybe in Mugello or Misano, because we have races there, and I don't know the tracks yet, so it would be good if I had some testing there, but we will see.
Yeah, no, that will be fine. And for now, let's wait because it seems like in Italy it's very cold. So it's so it's quite cold now. So let's wait a little bit. It sounds like that. Yeah, it seems like that it is to me from outside because I don't live in Italy. I live in Prague. So yeah, for me it's a bit. Yeah, but from what I see now, it's not really the best time to go testing in
Yeah,
Italy.
maybe a little bit later.
Yeah, like in February, March. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
March should be fine.
yeah. Because the season starts in Misano, actually, right?
Yeah, that's true.
At the first round, end of April.
Yeah,
You still have time. You still have time then.
yeah, but time flies, and then we are at the season start. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Still, you can do some testing before the start of the season, and it looks like, and then let's see. But at the moment, you're the only KTM rider in the field, right? From those that have been announced so far.
yeah, I don't know if anybody else will ride KTM because they haven't announced all of the riders yet, but seems like I'm the only KTM. And as an Austrian with an Austrian bike, I think
Yeah,
that's
but
a
it's
perfect combination.
yeah, definitely. But it's still not something new because we see, for example, Jacopo Rosenthaler now in Junior GP racing with KTM, and also Maximilian Kofler was
Yeah,
racing in Moto3 World Championship on the KTM. So yeah, it's not so new. And this year we'll see also actually a rider that you should know because you raced against him, Leo Rammerstofer.
yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, it's a combination that we kind of got used to see now. Yeah, Austrian rider on a KTM.
yeah.
And
Great combination.
yeah, and it's good to see. But it's good to see also an Austrian girl riding KTM, and also yeah, it's in your team is like a family run team, right?
Yeah, it's like mainly my dad and my mom, and also my cousin and my uncle. So pretty familiar.
Yeah, can you explain a little bit also the structure? Who is doing what?
Yeah, my mom is doing organization and cooking and looking after me. And my dad is a riding coach and mechanic, and also is my cousin. He rides in the EWC, so in the endurance. He also teaches me a lot of riding, and my uncle is helping us with logistics and also with the pit board and stuff like this.
Okay, yeah. So it's a real family team,
Yeah.
all together. And actually, yeah, there is a Kemmer racing in Endurance World Championship. It's
Yeah.
I remember now. I don't remember which team exactly. If you can help me with that.
Last year he raced for Suzuki Junior.
Okay. Okay, and let's see this year instead. Yeah. So going back to you, Lena. So you were racing before this new project for this year. You were racing in Austrian Junior Cup. Is it correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yes. And can you tell a bit more also? And now, can you tell me also a bit more about your career when it started?
Yeah. So my career started like 2 years ago, in 2021, when the Austrian Junior Cup was invented. Was the
So
first year.
you didn't race at all before going to Austrian Junior Cup?
No, not really. I just rode a bit of pit bike on the karting track, but nothing to do with racing at all. So 2021 was my first season on the big track in the Austrian Junior Cup, and it went pretty good, better than we expected. And then 2022, I rode the second year. I made 2 podiums and was on 4th place overall and best Austrian. And so the next step is European Championship.
Yeah, to go international a little bit,
Yeah.
also instead of racing only in Austria. Did you have also other options beside Women's European Championship? Did you evaluate also other championships that you could join this year?
Yeah. Then the other option was the EDM, the German Championship, but we think with the European Women's Championship we have a better way to get internationally, and I think this is a pretty good way for me to learn a lot of new things and to meet a lot of new people, not only in the German room, so a bit more internationally.
Yeah, that's good, and you can also race with some girls who have already some experience in championship, like Beatrice Nela and also Roberta Ponziani. Yeah, there are riders with plenty of experience also, from who you can for sure learn a lot of lessons and improve your riding and your results by constant way, also by racing with these people, these riders who are really good. So so your racing career is basically pretty short, but still already with some good results, I would say.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like I said, it went better than we expected.
Yeah, but why do could you explain also why it started so late? Because many riders start like when they are 7, 8, 9 years old. They have their first season with pocket bikes, while you started a little bit later. If you can tell a bit more also about it.
Yeah, the problem was that in Austria we did not have anything at all to start with racing. So it was pretty difficult before the Austrian Junior Cup got invented. And so this was, when I heard of it, the Austrian Junior Cup, I thought, yeah, this is my chance and I want to join it. And so this is the reason I started so late, because there wasn't another option before.
Okay, that was the only option basically, yeah, for you to start racing. Wasn't there any championship like with pocket bikes in Austria?
No, nothing at all.
Nothing. You had to go. You would have had to go to Germany.
Yeah, and this was a bit too far because before I started racing, my dad had an endurance team too, and so he spent a lot of time with that, and there was no time for anything else, so for another championship.
I see. And can you also remind a bit also the team owned by your dad in Endurance World Championship?
Yeah, we had a few runs in Le Mans or in sorry, I can't remember it, but we tried a few races and it went pretty good with an all Austrian team. But then COVID came, and so the whole project went a bit by side, and then we discovered that I can race too.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, on one side you exited racing, but on the other side you entered then from another side. Yeah,
yeah,
it's still inside the family. Yeah,
yeah.
because your career started actually
Yeah.
after this endurance team. But have you considered also Endurance World Championship actually for your future?
Yeah, I definitely want to race at least one race in the endurance. So just to try it out, see if it fits my style. And it would be really, really great to race in the team of my dad and maybe together with my cousin. So that we are really one big family in the endurance.
Oh wow, that will be for sure a nice story to tell also if it happens. And which race from Endurance World Championship would you like the most to attend? Like if it's like the 24 hours of Le Mans, the Suzuka 8 hours.
I think it's the Bordeaux
Sorry?
because Bordeaux
Ah,
of
okay.
Paul Ricard. And I
Okay,
think,
Bulldog.
yeah, because the fans and everything, it's really big and just incredible.
Yeah, and also to go full gas on the Mistral wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad, right? So that's good. And also, if you can tell us a bit more about your passion for motorcycle racing and the championships that you watch, actually.
Yeah, so my passion for racing started pretty early because my dad was a motorcycle racer and I just grew up with it from a little kid on. And I think it's in my blood, the passion for motorcycling.
And also, which championships do you watch now usually?
Usually a MotoGP, Superbike, the Rookies Cup, and the Junior GP. Especially now when two Austrians are riding there with Jakob Rosenthaler and Leo Rammersdorfer. And I have to say I'm really proud of that as an Austrian.
Yeah,
to
and
see,
and you raced against Rammersdorfer in Austrian Junior Cup.
yeah,
So and how well do you know also this all these Austrian riders that are now racing in Junior GP or and Rookies Cup also? I think Rosenthaler will be in Rookies Cup also this year, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
How well do you know them?
Yeah, I think Leo Rammersdorfer I know pretty good because we raced 1 year together, and he also had some guest starts last year in the Austrian Junior Cup, and we went together to the Rookies Cup selection.
Because it's true. Actually, you participated also in the Rookies Cup selection.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Rosenthaler?
Jakob Rosenthaler, I don't know that much, but we also raced together, and one time we trained together, so we know each other.
Oh, so I see. And yeah, so it's true. Thanks for reminding also that last year you went to the circuit of Modena for the Rebel Rookies Cup selection event. And how was the experience?
Oh, it was so cool. I can't believe it that I had the chance to do this. I was pretty honored to be part of that, and I even got in the second round, so I made it to the final as the only girl. I think we were 3 or 4 girls, and I was the only one in the final. So it was pretty cool.
That was good. You were also faster. It means that you were also faster. You performed better also than riders like Yvonne Serpa, for example, who was at a selection event as well, and who scored great results also in Spanish Pre-Moto 3 Championship. So it's not bad at all, I will say.
Yeah.
if you went to the second round, as the only girl, also with other girls on participating who are very strong. So yeah. It's good of you, and it's good for you, and also it shows that the potential is there, definitely, also for you.
Yeah, definitely.
But now about you as a rider. So how do you describe yourself as a rider? What are your main strengths and what are your weaknesses, or the things or the aspects where you think you can improve?
So I think my strengths are especially in rain, because I ride very smooth and very round, so I can ride really fast in the rain. I have a good feeling for the bike, and some weaknesses. I think I need to improve a bit on aggression, so to just switch the mind off and go for it.
Yeah, to send it, as you say, in motorcycle racing. Yeah. It's something that usually comes step by step. Also when you're racing championships in championships with higher and higher level.
Yeah.
Also, it's also important to be a bit more aggressive when it comes to fighting, especially in a category like Super Sport 300, where because
you need to
Women's
be
World
aggressive.
Championships is based on Super Sport 300, where we know that you need to be pretty aggressive. Also in Women's European Championships, because in the last years in Women's European Cup we saw some fights, also some very interesting fights. Let's see this year. And then, what's your favorite track?
I think it's Portimao.
Portimao, and why?
It's just completely crazy. Like they say, it's like a roller coaster. You go up and down and have blind corners. You can't see where you're going, and I think it's really fun.
Yeah, definitely a funny one, a crazy one, and also a very exciting one to watch. Also from outside on TV. Yeah, and also another question for you regarding racing. What's the highlight that you had so far, and what was the most difficult time instead of your short? You have short career still, yeah, but what was the best moment, and also what the most difficult one?
I think the best moment was last year, the race in Rijeka, where I could keep up with the front group and with the first 6 of the championship of the Austrian Junior Cup, and it was the first time I could keep up with them, and we battled every corner. We had changes in the places, and we went over the finish line in under 6
tenths of a second, 6/10.
Yeah, tenths of a second, I think. Yeah, and it was just crazy, and it was so much fun to battle with them.
And where do you finish?
I finished 6th, so on the back of the group, because we had a pretty tough windscreen fight, but it was just like a key moment for me. And in the next race on Red Bull Ring, I had my first podium after that. So I think that helped me a lot to see that I can keep up with the fast guys.
That you can be in the front. That
Yeah.
you had the potential and also the quality, the skills to be in the front. And what was instead the most difficult moment?
The most difficult moment, I think, was both races in Most, because I had both races. I had the problem that they overtook me like 1 centimeter before the finish line, because yeah, it was not that good. But it was because in the Austrian Junior Cup, I was one of the heaviest riders. So the little ones had just more speed out of the corner that I couldn't produce because my weight when we are at the same bikes. And that was a moment where I thought, yeah, shit.
Because you're still young, you're still very young, but there are also riders, I guess, who are even younger than you, and also a bit shorter, and have also about like also body for Moto3. And have you ever thought about Moto3 actually? Sorry.
I'm pretty tall too, so
a
bit difficult with the weight. I train a lot to lose some weight till seasons starts, so hopefully that works.
Yeah, but in Supersport 300, you feel a bit less. Also this gap, also because we're talking about some bikes that are heavier, definitely heavier than than the bikes from Western Junior Cup, and also much heavier than Moto3. So the difference in the end, the difference shouldn't be that big. Also between you and a rider like Roberta Ponziani, for example, who is a bit shorter, for example. Yeah, and then instead talking us about outside racing. What are you doing? Are you focused now or just on motorcycles, or you're doing also something else like studying, working?
Yeah, I work at the AVL as a mechanic.
Okay.
And so that takes most of my time. And it's simply I work, then I go training, then I go to sleep, and again and again and again. So
It's
not much time for something else, but I live like this, and this is my passion. So
so okay, it's still something having to do with cars, motorcycles, and with motorsport overall. So you're totally into it.
yeah, completely.
Which is which is good. And now talking also about the future, to wrap up also the interview. Talking about the future, Lena, what's your goal for this season?
Definitely to be in the top 10.
And where do you see yourself like in 5 years?
That's a pretty difficult question. But I think
Where would you like to be in 5 years?
I think the Supersport 600 would be pretty cool. So a little goal. But I set my goals not that far because everything changes so fast, and you never know what comes around the next corner. And they even build up new championships every time.
Yeah.
But Supersport 600 would be pretty cool.
Yes, and what's your ultimate goal for your career? Where would you like to be, like in the future, like as biggest goal that you have? Besides, Supersport 6, running Supersport 600, or you see yourself also like at even higher level?
Yeah, like the Endurance World Championship would be a higher level where I see myself. So
Wow,
maybe
definitely.
if it fits me or if I have fun with it, to race there, and then I would like to win.
will be also a great story also for if you could race, as we said before, you could race there also with your family team and to continue the history of Kemmer family also in endurance World Championship. That will be pretty nice. And in the meantime, let's see what happens this year, and then we will plan step by step also your career.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough and long way till there, but I will go for it.
You go for it. I see you ready for it. I see you very convinced, confident that you can build a solid career in motorcycle racing. And it's also good that you come from a family where motorcycle racing is kind of in your blood. So let's just go for it and try your best.
Yeah. I think I have a good team behind me, so everyone is giving their best, and I think we will achieve our dreams.
Yes, and that's what I'm wishing you, Lena, and starting from this year and also in the next years. And in the meantime, thank you very much for agreeing to participate in this interview, also with such short notice, because actually we agreed pretty recently. So yeah, so thank you, and good luck for this year, and good luck for everything in your life.
Thank you.
Thank you. Viel Erfolg.
Dankeschön.
So let's speak a little bit German just to finish the interview. Thank you so much, and yeah, Vollgas.
Vollgas, ja, Schübe.
Ja. Ja. Tschüss, ciao.
Tschüss.